Hi everyone, welcome back to my new segment. I'm going to give it another couple days. Since the first one, the comments got turned off for some reason. Can't turn them back on, so whatever. I'm going to give it a couple more days to see if I get any more suggestions and go from there. So if you're new here, welcome. This is the first time you're watching my new segment. Welcome. In these segments, I'm basically showing what I'm working on for the day, and especially if it's something new, I do go ahead and explain everything, what I'm doing, how I do it. Usually I do it on my phone, but with this one, I wanted to show it like this. It was going to be easier for me. I did have a question from a subscriber on how I do my tiny crochet. So that is what I'm going to go over today. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's the topic of today is tiny crochet. My brain is non-functioning, but it's okay. As long as you guys understand, you know. So, anyways. So basically, tiny crochet. So a lot of people call it micro crochet, but micro crochet and tiny crochet are a little bit different. Micro crochet is with like sewing thread. I came up with tiny crochet because I use 10 weight cotton. So it's still thin, but not as thin. I started a few months ago making tiny bees, and everybody enjoyed them. Everybody loved them. Had quite a few sales. Thank you. And then I was asked to make some small dinosaurs and stuff from a friend of mine. Hi, Kay. For her grandkids. Those weren't tiny crochet, but they were smaller, so. But I was also asked about those. That pattern for the dinosaurs, I did get off of Club Crochet. I will link them below. They do have a YouTube channel, which is awesome. But so with the bees, I went online on YouTube and I just looked up bee tutorial, how to make a bee, how to crochet a bee. Came across one, but wanted to make it smaller. She made it out chunky. So I took the pattern, followed it exactly, and that's how I came up with the bigger ones. And then I wanted to make stitch marker size, so she went up to a 4 single crochet increase in the round. So I went down to, I think, a 2. Yeah, I went down to, so you basically single crochet and 6 single crochet, and then you double that, and then you do one single increase, one single increase, one single increase, all the way around. And then I went to 2 singles increase, 2 singles increase, and then I shortened the body a little bit. I think the original pattern, it's 13. I did 9 for the medium size bee. And then for the smaller one, which was earring size, I did just went up to the single crochet increase. To where you had 18 stitches around, and I only did 7 rounds for that. So basically, the best patterns to take are the ones made out of chunky yarn, because there's smaller amount of increases. So that when you follow that, when you're doing it in thread, it'll make your piece smaller. So say I was following a pattern that it went up to, in just regular 4-weight, it went up to 7 and then an increase. It would still be smaller, but compared to something made in chunky and it only going up to 4. Hope that makes sense. If not, ask me. I'm trying to explain it in depth, so that, it's understandable. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. I like to take the chunkier ones, but if not, I just work it up, and if it needs to be smaller, I try and tweak the pattern a little bit. So the elephant pattern was not my own that I made, the smaller elephants. Those were not my own. The original Big B was not my own. I just tweaked them. Well, when the for the bees, I just tweaked them to be smaller, but it was technically not my pattern. And then the elephants I did was I did follow the full pattern for the big one, but again, for just the head, I didn't do the full body. So I followed the pattern up to the increases, and then you're supposed to like single crochet all the way around for like 12 rows, I think, or something like that. I only ended up doing 4 rows, and then started the decrease. So I made it from an elephant to just the head. I just do it basically off the cuff, what I think would be correct. I do enjoy making tiny crochet. It's fun. Just to see what I can do, you know what I mean? Also, like the mushrooms, I keep forgetting I did the mushrooms. I just found a pattern. She used 4-weight yarn, did a small mushroom. I used thread. It became smaller. Same thing with the 1-up mushrooms. They used 4-weight. I used thread. It came out smaller. Now there are patterns like the mushroom where the circles on the side, because they're 1-up mushrooms, the circles on the side are supposed to be felt, like they use felt. I just looked at them. Excuse me. I just looked at them and I crocheted them. Same thing with my husband's chocobo that I made him from Final Fantasy. They used felt for the eyes. I just crocheted eyes. With that one, I crocheted them in thread to make them look decent. I would like to get some more colors of thread. I just get them when they're 30% off at Hobby Lobby. That is the best way for me to get thread, because they do have a various amount of colors. Now there are some on Amazon that are beautiful, so pretty. Yeah, gorgeous. Love them. So I added those, or I have those on Amazon. I would like to purchase. Um, but I mean, you can use any weight. I was making angels, and I had 10 thread and I had 5 thread. 5 thread is actually thicker than 10 thread. It's a little confusing. Thought I had it over here. Oh, I guess not. I made an angel last year, and I had it over here, but I don't know what happened to it. My husband might have moved it, but it's okay. Um, but anywho, I do have something to show you guys. I'm trying to keep facing forward. Maybe that'll help with the sound quality. It's just I'm not used to it, so bear with me, please. So at the moment, I am working on this. I'll link the pattern below, but this is just, it's going to be an owl. In tiny crochet. So if you look here, you can see I put a little loop. That is to make it a keychain or a stitch marker. That's what I did with the bees. That's what I did with the dinosaurs, and the mushroom. I just use, so like I was sewing up the bottom. You can see the bottom there. I have to fix that a little bit. But see, I was sewing at the bottom, and I had extra thread. I like to cut a longer tail. So then I weave up and through. You can see that. And I'll pull the yarn through at the top, or thread, and then I'll loop it. And then I'll go back in and loop again, and then loop around the loop a couple times, and then go back down, pull out, and then, cut off. So that way you have a sturdy loop. See, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's how I do the loop. And then I just put a jump ring on it, and then whatever else. You can do beads, you can pretty much do anything you want. Especially if it's for like a little kid, you can put, for a keychain, you can put their initials on it, and whatnot. So, just kind of do it like that. Use the, eye pens, brain. You can just use the eye pens and then put the initials and beads or whatever on there. That way you could spruce it up just a little bit. But, so you see this. I just fill it with fiber fill. It's going to have eyes and wings and all that fun stuff. You want to have a smaller needle, but you want the eye hole big enough to where you can put the thread through. I lose these fairly easily. I always lose my darning needles, even though I have this thing next to my chair. I just slip it on in. I still lose them because sometimes I get lazy and don't put them in there. So it's okay though. So anyways, I will show you what I use. I just use the Artiste 400 yards, 10 weight cotton. And then there's the back. I said this is from Hobby Lobby. The only one that I haven't used that was from Hobby Lobby was the rainbow one, and that was from Michael's because Hobby Lobby doesn't have rainbow ones, which is sad. But yeah, oops, oh, head. This is what it looks like. This is just the red. It's the first one I pulled. So as you can see, it's not sewing thread, but it is. I'm gonna cover my face. 10 weight cotton thread, so it's thicker. Now there are other weights you can use. Like I said, if you don't want to use the 10 weight, but you don't want to use 4 weight acrylic or whatever, there is 5 weight cotton thread, and then there is 3 weight cotton thread, which is a bit thicker. So the smaller the weight, the thicker it is. I had to learn that one. So I do have a bunch of colors, like the red I use for the mushroom. I just got the purple. I also use them. I first started getting the thread for barefoot sandals, which I do make as well. Should be good for summer, so I might start making some and see if can sell them on Facebook. Anyways, so yeah, that is how I do my tiny crochet. If I missed anything, I do apologize. Sometimes it's hard for me. Like, I have it in my head, but putting it from my head to explaining it, yeah, it's a little difficult, but please bear with me. If you do have any questions, I will answer them down below. Sorry, it was all tangled. But I will answer them down below. Or you can email me at obsessivecrochetlady at gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, Obsessive Crochet Lady. I am also on Instagram. Excuse me. I don't always, well, hardly ever post on Instagram, but I'm there. Obsessive Crochet Lady 2018. So I think it was the year that I started back crocheting and whatnot. So hopefully the sound quality is a bit better today, except for my voice going in and out. And me turning my head, you know, because I gotta get used to it. It's funny, when I'm on a video call, they can hear me if I turn my head, but for a video, it doesn't. Weird. But anyways, whatever. So, well, that was almost 19 minutes of me yammering, so I hope you guys have a great day. I hope this inspires you to try something new. Maybe break out of your comfort zone. You know, maybe start with don't start with thread. Maybe start with 2 weight, a 3 weight yarn, a 1 weight fingering. You know, try going smaller gradually. That might help as well. So there's a few tips, a few pointers. Like I said, hope you guys have a great day. Stay stitching, stay inspired, keep those little hands busy. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.